Folks are just getting situated here. So for those of you online, let's just find our yoga posture. So maybe rocking side to side. 2 blocks and 2 weights. 2 blocks and 2 weights. It is 9 o'clock, so please try to get settled in as quickly as you can. You can sign in after class if that's more convenient. All right, so coming into our yoga alignment. Ankles below the knees. Shoulders right over the hips. Feel those sits bones in the chair. And lengthen the tailbone down slightly so that it's yearning toward the chair. Pull the chin back slightly to lengthen the back of the neck and reach the crown of the head towards the ceiling. Take the shoulders up by the ears, scrunch them up, roll the shoulder heads back, and then slide the shoulder blades down the back, like you're tucking them into your back pocket. So keeping that nice long spine from the crown of your head to the tip of your tailbone. Keep your core engaged right away. Meaning, we're going to think about keeping the low belly pulled in, whether we're inhaling or exhaling. So obviously on the inhale, we're inflating the belly. But if you think about the pelvic floor, you can inflate the belly and tighten the pelvic floor at the same time. And then as you exhale, we release the pelvic floor and pull the navel in. So we've kind of got dynamic opposition there. All right, so closing the eyes. Start to deepen your breath, taking the inhale all the way down into the belly, and then expanding the ribs, and then reaching up under the collarbones. We'll hold at the top, sip in a little more air, and hold, and sip in a little more air, and exhale out the mouth. Another inhale through the nose. Inflate the belly. Inflate the ribs. Breathe up into the collarbones. Keep the shoulders down. Hold. Sip in a little more air. And hold. And one more inhale. And big exhale out the mouth. Keeping the eyes closed, just let the breath return to normal. And I would just invite you throughout your practice today to just move in whatever ways feel natural and good for you. If I'm suggesting you do a posture a certain way and that doesn't feel good, find a way to adjust for your body. We want to keep our practice safe and healthy. All right, I'm going to move my blocks to the side. So warming up, we're going to take child's pose, our seated child's pose. I like to take a wide-legged child's pose where my feet are wider than my hips, my heels are in, toes are out. And then we're going to simply just fall forward. So if we were doing child pose on the floor, our knees would be on the floor and our hips would be sinking back towards our heels. So keeping that in mind, keep the tailbone moving toward the chair as the upper body falls forward. And you'll notice what happens then is you feel the tension between the low back and the mid back and the upper back. So we've got Again, dynamic opposition, hips moving back and the shoulders, head, and torso moving forward. And just relax the belly here. So our child's pose, balasana, our posture. Can we let go of the ego mind? Remember the connectedness to all beings. And surrendering to whatever concept of divine energy resonates with us. Trusting that there is a benevolent force in the universe. Some call it God, some call it big love, universal spirit, grandfather, grandmother. And as you're ready, let's bring the hands to the thighs. Keeping the chin tucked to the chest, pull the tailbone down towards the chair and navel towards spine, engaging core as you slowly come up. Keeping the chin tucked to the chest so that the head and neck come up last. Drop the shoulders down and then bring the head up. Nice. Keeping the shoulders dragging down the back. You can heel toe your feet in. Take your hands down by your sides. And we're simply going to drop side to side. So we're warming up the side body here. Just reaching the right hand down or the left. Doesn't matter. We're going to do both sides. Feeling a little bit of an opening on the left side of the body. Feet are planted firmly on the floor. Inhale to come back up. And exhale, other side. So nice, gentle movement. Inhale, back up. Exhale, drop down. This time take the opposite arm up and over, deepening the stretch, keeping the sits bones plugged into the chair. Inhale, coming back up. That arm comes all the way down. Drop the other side down. And then opposite arm reaches up and over. Notice how you have to engage your core here to keep from falling over. Pressing down into the feet is going to activate the legs. I always think about lifting my toes as well, which keeps the front of the legs activated. Inhale, coming back up. Let's take the arms wide for an inhale. Exhale, cross the right arm on top of the left for our genie arms. Keeping the gaze forward. Inhale. Exhale, elbows to the right. Gaze stays forward. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, other side. Trying to keep the elbows in line with the shoulders. Again, if that's not comfortable, drop them down a little bit. Feel the core working here. Pull belly towards spine. Inhale, back to center. Keep the gaze forward. Elbows left. Gaze forward. Back to center on the inhale. Exhale, elbows right, gaze stays forward. Warming up the upper body. Inhale, back to center. This time we're going to take the elbows right and the gaze over the left shoulder. As you exhale, inhale back to center. So your biceps might be getting a little tired here. That's good. That's what we want. And exhale, other side. Gaze right, elbows left. Inhale, center. One more. Elbows right. Gaze over your left shoulder. Inhale, center. And exhale, other side. And back to center. Release the arms down and take your shoulder circles. So I'm going to start back to front this time. So circling the shoulders forward, down, back, up and around. Getting out those kinks. Whew. And then other direction. Good morning, Sharon. Nice to see you. One more. Hands to knees, spine straight to begin with. Inhale, lift the tailbone, lift the chest. Coming into our cow pose. Now exhale, round in, tuck tailbone, scoop out the low belly, round the shoulders, and drop the chin to the chest. Inhale, slide the chest forward, elbows toward ribs, shoulders back, gaze to the horizon, tailbone lifts. And we exhale, rounding in. So I like to wrap my fingers around my kneecaps, straightening the arms, tucking the tailbone under, pull belly in, and round the back, round the shoulders. Take one more. Elbows in, chest up. And exhale, round. Good. We're going to continue that movement, interlacing the fingers, press the palms away, and lift the arms as you inhale. So still keeping that arch in the back, tailbone lifted. And now flip the palms, exhale, round in like you're hugging that beach ball. Palms are facing you. And the arms drop down till they come to the knees. Then we flip the palms away. Press and lift. Tailbone, chest, gaze to the horizon. Exhale, flip the palms, hug your beach ball, round in, so palms are facing you, fingers interconnected. Let's take one more. Press the palms away. Arms straighten, lifting up, pressing up, flipping the palms to exhale and round. Good. This time, as your hands come to your knees, just let your hands relax. Let your arms come down by your side and float your torso back up so your shoulders are over your hips. Take a few deep breaths right here, inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the nose. Shoulders relaxed, spine straight. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. All right, warming up the lower body. Take your blocks, put them on the tall way in front of you. And we're going to start placing the right heel up on the block. So you want to have the block far enough away so that when you scoot to the edge of the chair, your leg can be pretty much fully extended. So we've done this many times with the heel on the floor. We're just going to try it with the leg a little bit elevated. The left knee is over the left ankle. Spine is nice and straight. We're going to take our hands to our hips and we're simply going to hinge forward, flexing that right foot. So pulling the toes back toward the body. We're just going to hinge until we feel a nice stretch, nice deep stretch on the back of the legs. So in our yin class, we usually just take this to that first edge where we feel a little bit of sensation. Here, we're going to go a little bit deeper. So maybe to about 60% of your full capacity. So how do we find that? We go all the way until we can't go anymore, all right? And then, oh, ouch, then pull back from there. All right, so you'll still feel a good stretch, but we're not going to do any damage here. If you don't have a block, you can just do this with your heel on the floor. All right, now keeping the hands on the hips, we're going to use our core strength to bring the torso back up. So you'll feel you have to pull the belly in, bring the tailbone down towards the chair as you lengthen the spine, coming back up. And picking that heel up, bring the foot down. Notice the difference between the left and the right. And then we'll take it to the other side. So left foot comes up. Flex that foot. Can keep a little bend in that knee, so we don't want it fully extended, just a little bend there. Lengthen the spine. So you can even think about pressing the hips down with your hands and then hinging forward. So Liz, if you want to do the other side, just keep that foot, take that foot off the block, take that foot off, and then just fold forward. And you'll feel it on the other side. All right. And again, you can go all the way to your edge, your final edge there, and then come back off of that to about 60%. So the whole time here, the core is working, keeping the back straight. Nice. Breathing in and out through the nose. On an inhale, press down into the heel, engage the core, and slowly come back up. And bring that foot off. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Take some sun salutations. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, take your hold of your blocks. Halfway lift to, I just went blank, cactus. And exhale down. Release the blocks. Sweep the arms back around and up. Reaching up. Maybe the palms touch, and exhale to prayer. It's starting. Can't remember words. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale again, pick up your blocks. Cactus the arms. Feel that little bit of weight. Exhale, fold, release the blocks. Inhale, arms sweep back, around. Up, way up higher, and hands to prayer. One more. Inhale, reach. You can look up now if your neck feels good. Palms touch. Exhale, swan dive forward. Shine the heart. And exhale all the way down. Grab your blocks. Inhale, core strength. Brings us up to cactus arms. Exhale, fold. Beautiful. Drop the blocks. Hands come back around and up. Circling around. Pressing down into the feet. Root to rise. Reach up. Look up. Palms touch. Exhale to prayer. Beautiful. Interlace the fingers, press the palms away, and reach overhead. If this isn't comfortable, keep a bend in the elbows. Pressing up, and now over to the side. Keep both butt cheeks in the chair. Only go as far as you can so that both hip bones stay in the chair and we're not collapsing. We're keeping the core strong. Press down into the feet. Now inhale, back up. And exhale, other side. Think about shoulders, hips, hands, all in one line, as if those parts of your body were between two plates of glass. Inhale, back up. Other side again. Really press the palms away. Inhale, back up. And exhale, other side. Press down into the feet. You'll really feel the legs engage, the core engage. Inhale, come back up. Flip the palms and hands to prayer. All right. Shoulders down, just shake it out. All right, before we start to work the lower body, let's just do one of those shoulder exercises. Our CARS, I forget what CARS stands for, but we're working both the internal rotation and the external rotation of the shoulder. So we lift the arm with the palm facing away, then we flip the palm to face behind us and slowly bring the arm down, trying to keep the chest forward the whole time, the spine long. So reaching up. It doesn't matter how high up you come to your comfortable spot where you can flip the palm and bring the arm back down around. Good. Inhale, reach up. Flip your palm. There you go. And bring it down. Take one more like that. Inhale, reaching up. Flip your palm and bring the arm back down around. Good. Shake it out. Other side. Left palm away from you, facing away, and now flip it to the back wall behind you and bring it down. Again, trying to keep the chest front and center. Knees facing forward. Core working. Exhale down around. Inhale, sweeping up. Flip the palm, turn it back, bring it down around. And one more. Inhale, sweep up. Turn the palm and back around. Good. Let's swim the crawl, opposite arms. So you can rotate the torso here. Ah, that feels good. Swimming through that cool, clear water. And now we'll backstroke. Gazing up at the sky. Breathing. Floating. And now gaze to the front, both arms up and back. Both arms backstroke. Both arms backstroke. And hands to prayer. Let's breaststroke. Palms away, or palms together, fingertips away. Flip to the backs of the hands, and then scoop the water back. All right, palms together. Reach forward. So you can start to lean forward into this. Engaging the core. Backs of the hands together. And exhale as you bring the core back up, the arms sweep back behind you. Taking a little swim here. Palms together, reach it forward. Backs of the hands together. Spread the arms wide as you bring the core back up and hands together. One more. Inhale, reach it forward. Backs of the hands. Scoop the water back behind you. And bring the arms down. Good. Shake it out. Excellent. Okay. Blocks, low way, side by side. If you only have one block, then put it the long way on the low way so that you can put both feet on it. This would be a good time to take a sip of water. Okay, so we want the blocks positioned so if you were here on Thursday, you remember we put one foot up, then the other, then same foot down, same foot down. So we always start, we're going to start on the left side. All right, but today we're going to add our weights. So this is also going to challenge us with our coordination. So as the left knee comes up, the left weight comes up. As the right foot comes up, the right weight comes up. As the left foot comes down, the left arm comes down, right foot down, right arm down. All right, right, left, left, right, sorry. I did it again. Left, right, left, right. Left, right, left, right. Are we sitting up nice and tall? Are the shoulders over the hips? Left, right, left, right, left, right. Let's pick up the pace. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. All right. Now we're going to do our jumping jacks. So both feet up. As the feet go out, the arms go out. So I don't want you pushing up overhead. We're just going to go either out to the side or out to a V, all right? And then back together, weights come down. So out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in. Beautiful. 8, 7, 6, 5, use your breath, 4, and 3, come on, you got it, 2, last one, and set the weights down, shake it out. Take a big breath in. And exhale. Big breath in. And exhale. All right. Round 2. Grab your weights. Feet back up on the blocks. So it's helpful, I think, to scoot to the edge of the chair so your shoulders can be right over your hips. And I think if it's helpful to think about leaning forward a little bit. So if anything, that's going to help keep our core working. Leaning back is okay as well. Just make sure that we're ideally trying to keep everything straight, but you have to work with your, wherever your core strength is right now, it's going to determine how straight you can keep that spine. Okay, so arms down. And we're going to go on the right side first. So right, left. Did I do that right?
Yep.
No? Opposite way, right? We go up. We start up. And right, 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 right. Right, 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 left. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. So when the foot comes down, the weight goes down. When the foot comes up, the weight comes up. So just get used to that rhythm. Up. and down. Down, down, up, up, down, down. Pick up the pace. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And jumping jacks. Feet up, and we go out and in, out and in, out, in, out, and in. For 8 and 7, 6, 5, 4, keep breathing, 3, and 2, last one. Let's do one more, yes. All right, we always have one more than we think. Okay, set the weights aside. You can move the blocks out of the way. Grab a sip of water, and we're going to come up to standing. Okay. Good show. Good show, everyone. Okay, so today we are going to work on our lunges. So, the seat of the chair is going to be facing you. So you have some options here, depending on your hip flexibility. So your options are either, we'll start on the left side. Step the left foot forward, the right foot back. So the right foot is at a 45-degree angle. Now, you can either bring your foot to the low rung of the chair, or if it's available, you can bring it all the way up to the seat of the chair. I'm going to take the blanket off because that just makes it slippery. All right, so to begin with, we want to start in a place that the knee is actually behind the ankle, because we're going to come forward. When we bend into our lunge, we want to keep the knee from going forward of the ankle. All right, so find a way, find your distance from the chair. It depends on how long your legs are. So we start both hips facing forward, so that back foot has to be, it has to be far enough from the center of the chair so that when you bend into it, both hips are facing forward. So this is it's actually warrior one position, but we're taking it into a lunge with the upper body erect. Think about the shoulders over the hips. If your foot's on the floor, you're just bending into that front knee and balancing here. Good. Now let's take the arms forward, keeping the shoulders over the hips. Press down into the feet and lengthen the spine. When I say lengthen the spine, you should automatically feel your low belly pulling in, core engaging, shoulders pull back. So drag your shoulders back like you're pulling your shoulders back into their sockets. Nice. So right here, strong core. Maybe the arms go overhead. Finding your focal point, taking that gaze to your drishti. Now cactus the arms. And maybe the chest lifts a little bit. Maybe you take the gaze to the edge where the ceiling and the wall meet, if that feels safe and stable for you. Good. And now bring the arms down, interlace your fingers behind you. If you can't interlace your hands, just grab opposite elbows or opposite wrists. So what we're going for here is trying to keep the spine straight and opening the shoulders. So we don't want to go into a sway back, right? We want to keep the shoulders over the hips and the ribs tucked under. Good. Now, whatever you've got a hold of, your wrists, your elbows, or your interlace, think about dragging the knuckles toward the floor or the elbows toward the floor. Good. Keep breathing. I know your legs are probably getting a little fatigued here. Keep breathing. And as you exhale, release the arms, come forward. And hands to prayer. Hinging forward from the hips, bring your hands to the seat of the chair. And hanging onto the chair, now bring your foot back down. So if it's on the seat of the chair, bring it all the way down. If it's on the rung, bring it all the way down. If it's on the floor, step back to downward dog. Both hips reach back. Feet hip-width apart, and now bend one knee and the other. Liz, think about shifting the hips side to side. Good job. And when that feels complete, come back into your down dog, reach the hips back, and then think about folding the chest toward the thighs. Bend the knees as you walk forward. Release the hands from the chair. Keeping that bend in the knees, we're going to roll back up to standing. And come into mountain pose. Palms face forward. Feet hip-width apart. Tailbone dragging down toward the heels. Crown of the head towards the sky. And close the eyes. Great. Good job. Okay, I'm going to turn my chair around. You can keep yours right where it is. I just want you to be able to see. So again, your yogi's choice. Right foot comes forward either on the floor, on the low rung of the chair, or on the seat of the chair. And we find that place where, when we bend forward, the knee comes over the ankle and no further. Now, if you've got a lot of flexibility in your hips, you might be able to stand way back and come very deep into that. But the other thing we want to think about is keeping that back leg straight. Okay? So I invite you to just challenge yourself a little bit here. Hips face forward. Left foot is at a 45-degree angle. Right foot, toes and heels in alignment. Bending into that, you should feel a nice stretch on this hip flexor on the left side. That's what we're going for. Beautiful. Keep breathing. Get a nice stretch here. And then with the shoulders over the hips, maybe the arms come forward. Feel how the core automatically starts to work. Beautiful. Pressing down into the feet. Now inhale, arms overhead. Good. Long spine. And exhale, cactus arms. Tuck the ribs under. Shoulders, hips, ribs, all in one line. Legs are probably shaking. Mine are. Working hard here. And now interlace behind. Either fingers, wrists, or elbows. Squeezing the shoulder blades together. Lifting the heart. Opening the shoulders. Nice. Few breaths here. Finding your drishti. We are balancing. And release the arms, reach them forward. Exhale to prayer. Hands come down as you hinge forward, hands to the chair, and step the foot off, and walk it back to down dog. And again, bending one knee and then the other. Keep the hips reaching back and drop the chest toward the thighs. Keep a little bend in the knees. And slowly walking forward, rolling back up. And to our mountain pose, resting. A few breaths here. All right, turn your chair around. We're going to take one more balance pose here. So we haven't done this in a while. We've done Warrior 3, but this is a little bit different way to get into it. So we're going to stand so that you're about an arm's length away from the chair, so the fingertips can be on the chair. We're going to shift the weight to the right leg, keeping the left foot flexed. Lift the left foot off the floor. And now we call this drinking bird. Remember those drinking birds from the 50s? I think they were those plastic birds that when they leaned forward, right, the tail went up. So you're a drinking bird, your heel and your crown of head are connected. So when you hinge forward, your leg comes up and that foot stays flexed. Good, nice job. Now coming back up, keeping the leg extended, pressing away. So one line of energy from heel to crown of head. Try that again. Exhale as you fold forward. Coming into Warrior 3. Coming back up. And let's try one more. Toes toward the floor, foot fully flexed, coming down as far as we can, and then back up. All right, walk it out. And other side. So starting with feet hip width apart, shoulders, hips, heels, all in one line. Shift the weight to the left foot, keeping the right foot flexed. Hinging from the hips, keeping the legs straight. Folding forward. Drinking bird. And back up. So we're working our core here as well. To challenge, maybe your hands come off the chair. Into prayer pose. Good. One more. Reach that heel away. And slowly coming back up. Walk it out. Excellent. And come back to your chair. Whew, good job, everybody. Boy, I feel like we worked every little muscle. All right. Get my blanket. Good. All right, folks. Let's take a twist. We'll do our seated meditation and then Shavasana. So inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, twist to the left. Lengthen on the inhale, twist on the exhale. From the low back, the ribs, the shoulders. Excuse me. Inhale overhead. And exhale other side. Inhale, arms float overhead. Hands to prayer. All right. Folding up the blanket to get the hips up a little bit higher for seated meditation. 3 minutes, mindful meditation, following the breath, starting now. And moving into Shavasana, total relaxation, just resting back in the chair. You can take the blanket out or unfold it if that's more comfortable. And just resting back into your body. All life is yoga. Once we understand that all life is yoga, we give up the search. We become less attached to whether we experience pleasure or pain. knowing that both positive and negative states spring from the same source. When we recognize that everything is yoga, we stop having preferences that keep us bound in endless cycles of seeking. And inviting your breath to deepen. Start to move your body back into an upright position. Bringing hands to the heart. Perhaps bowing the head towards the hands. Taking a moment for gratitude. And bringing the head back up, thumbs to third eye center, we bow to one another as we say Namaste. All right, Namaste, my friends. All good things today. All things, right? Good, bad, indifferent.